Omoyele Sowore, a name that echoes across Nigeria's political and activist landscape. Born on February 16, 1971, he is more than just a politician. He is a journalist, a pro-democracy campaigner, a human rights activist, and the fearless founder of Sahara Reporters, a platform that has given voice to stories others dared not tell. But Sowore's story is not just about politics. It's about resilience, sacrifice, and an unyielding fight against injustice. Sowore's journey began in Odo, Ondo State, in southwestern Nigeria. Born into a polygamous home of 16 children, life was anything but easy. At just 12 years old, young Yele learned to ride a motorcycle, not for fun, but to fetch fish from the lake each morning to feed his family before heading to school. It was during the dark days of military rule in Nigeria that his passion for media and activism was ignited. He studied geography and planning at the University of Lagos between 1989 and 1995. But his academic journey was turbulent. Twice expelled, not for poor grades, but for daring to challenge corruption and injustice. As president of the University of Lagos Students' Union from 1992 to 1994, Sowore became a thorn in the flesh of court groups, corrupt officials, even the military regime. His activism extended his academic years, but it also cemented his reputation as a fearless leader. Later, he would go on to earn a master's in public administration from Columbia University in New York, a move that connected him with global activism. Sowore's activism began as early as 1989, when he joined demonstrations against an international monetary fund loan that threatened Nigeria's education system. The conditions of that loan would have reduced the number of universities in the country from 28 to just 5. By 1992, it was at the forefront of another protest, leading over 5,000 students in a march that turned bloody when police opened fire, killing 7 at the spot. Sowore himself was arrested and tortured. Journalists of the time remember him as a daring figure in the June 12, 1993 struggle for democracy. He marched alongside students, facing bullets, tear gas, and repression. He was arrested, beaten, yet never silenced. In 2006, in a small corner of New York City, Sowore launched a platform that would change Nigerian journalism forever, Sahara Reporters. The platform exposed corruption, malpractice, and government excesses. Funded by organizations like the Ford Foundation and Omidyar Foundation, Sahara Reporters became the people's newspaper. Its bold refusal to take adverts from the Nigerian government made it independent, fearless, and sometimes controversial. But activism has always come at a price. On August 3, 2019, Sowore was arrested by Nigeria's Department of State Services, and his crime, calling for a protest tagged Revolution Now. He was accused of treason, of conspiring to overthrow the government, and of insulting then-President Muhammadu Buhari. For months, Sowore was held in detention, despite multiple court orders granting him bail. His wife led protests in New York. Globally, voices like Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka and Obi Ezekwesili condemned his arrest. Even when finally granted bail, DSS operatives stormed a courtroom to rearrest him, a scene that shocked the world and raised questions about Nigeria's democracy. In 2021, he was assaulted again at a protest, shot in the leg with a tear gas canister.
No, nobody.
2022, he dragged the police and DSS to court for violating his human rights, sometimes winning small victories like damages awarded for the unlawful seizure of his phone. For Sowore, the fight was not just about activism from the sidelines. It was about changing the system itself. In 2018, he declared his intention to run for president. That same year, he founded the African Action Congress (AAC). In the 2019 elections, he emerged as one of the top new generation candidates. Senate. Though he only secured 33,953 votes, finishing 5th, he had successfully introduced fresh energy into Nigerian politics. He tried again in 2023 but managed just 14,608 votes. Results he dismissed as a selection rather than an election. To his supporters, Sowore represents courage, fresh ideas, and a stubborn refusal to compromise. To his critics, he's too radical, too confrontational, and perhaps ahead of his time. Away from politics, Sowore lives with his family in New Jersey, USA, but even personal life has not been spared from tragedy. In 2021, his younger brother was shot dead in Edo State, reportedly by herdsmen or kidnappers. Sowore was barred from leaving Abuja at the time due to his treason trial. The restriction prevented him from attending his brother's burial, another painful chapter in his long fight against state repression. Omoyele Sowore's journey is a story of courage in the face of intimidation, of a man who chose protest over silence, and of a relentless fighter who believes Nigeria can and must change. Whether through journalism, activism, or politics, Sowore continues to challenge the system. Loved or hated, admired or criticized, one truth remains: he has never stopped speaking truth to power.
Very soon, it will soon be 30 minutes. And when it is 30 minutes, we are going to make sure that we render Lagos uncomfortable. As for this moment only, I want to talk about the area of Abiola as his legitimate children.